I want to show you just how what a whack men's priorities are. I get upset when I see a man being forced to pay child support or a woman killing their own child, things that are really important. What are their concerns? This woman slept with almost 1,000 people. That's their big concern. A woman is sleeping with other guys. Oh no, the tragedy. Now, he says women posting their L's online. Now, L's, I suspect, means losses. It should be V's. This woman is posting her victories. And we'll read it and I'll show you what I mean. His, I've slept with almost 1,000 people, 987 to be exact. If you're going to slut shame the people doing this trend, slut shame me instead. I fucking dare you. And she's got the victories, which is true. There's no loss about this. This woman is not coming up here. This is like posting your L's. It's supposed to be when a woman does something stupid. This woman has not said, well, I got pregnant with a baby and now I got a baby I don't want. She didn't say, I got a venereal disease and now I got to go to the doctor. She hasn't said anything. She just said, I've been banging a lot of guys and I enjoyed myself. And what are you going to do about it? This is a total victory. Now, the number she gave might actually be a made up number. She might be exaggerating because what she's really doing is telling these guys, these frustrated guys, that I have sexual power you lack. I'm having a great time with my life and I'm rubbing it in your faces. That's what he's doing. This is what she's doing. This is a perfect victory for this woman. And what I see about this is I see 987 men possibly got sex with a woman. She says people, so she might be bisexual, right? But the point is, if it was whatever number of men were involved, they got sex. So I don't see any problem with this at all. This is a win for the men too. But this is how deranged men are, or how hostile they are to other men. Now look at Michael Lane. That's not a hallway. That's not an airplane hangar. That's Disney World parking lot. You know, women's crotches are all ruined, right? And here's the thing: if this woman, that it's not just this woman. If some guy, for example, or some woman was married to a man and she was nymphomaniac, right? And she banged the guy times a day, every day for her life, and she was did 1,000 times with a short time with this one man. Her crotch would just be just as reamed out as if she had 1,000 with different men. Nothing would have been changed. She'd still be a great big crotch. These guys wouldn't be saying that. They wouldn't care how rammed out her crotch was, right? Because if she, this particular example I'm saying, if this woman was married to a man and banged him all that time, and then he'd passed away, she could come on and say, I was with a husband, I banged him incessantly. These guys wouldn't care how used up her crotch was. They would brag her up as being a good one-man woman. It doesn't matter how reamed out she was. So again, this isn't about the fact that the woman is had sex a lot. It's just that other men got laid, and that's what the problem is. Now, Tess Emerson, she's actually connected to the Pro Male Collective. Men's obsession with how many men a woman has slept with is actually male hostility. Thank you, Tess. It is the idea that men's sex ruins a woman in some manner. Therefore, male sexuality must be inherently bad. She hit the nail on the head. Now, she's got a lot of comments there. And from what I understand, there was a lot of upset men coming in and calling her names. Look at Backfire Comics. Ridiculous. A man that sleeps with 1,000 women is equally ruined. This is the equality fallacy. None of these guys actually believe this. They're gaslighting. Sexual activity like this doesn't cause damage. It's a symptom of damage that's already occurred. See, this woman is damaged goods. She's mentally wrong because there's no such thing as a woman who would just like sex and would bang multiple partners. They just don't exist unless they're damaged brains, right? By the way, Backfire Comics, you would probably shock you how many partners women actually have on the average. They probably bang guys whenever they feel like it. They simply lie about it. equally ruined. No, LOL. Men are to some degree impacted by the same bonding damage that results, but not to the same extent at all. Bonding damage. Well, you are delusional. Divorce has been the norm for generations now. Women get together with guys knowing that they're going to split up. Women do not bond with men. If they did, you wouldn't see divorce like it is. Men offer women a bribe. The women accept it. And when they feel like getting rid of the man, they do. There is no bonding. So all that's really gone on is the woman's given a false promise that she won't bang other men. And that's all that Wello is concerned about. These guys go on more about bonding damage. Oh my God. Because emotional proclivities are different between men and women and are most notable in the extreme. She's trying to basically, he's doing the old, hey, men are all right when they bang lots of sexual partners. Now, intro, you're justifying guys being whores. This is counterproductive as fuck, my guy. Now, intro is gaslighting. He doesn't see men as whores if they bang a lot of women. For one thing, men don't get paid for their sex. So they can't be whores. And he's trying to say that it's the same. Now, look, let's do a little thought experiment from intro. What if the ultimate purpose of you pointing out why it's not as bad for men to be as promiscuous as opposed to women? Okay. Michael Lane, stating facts, it's a different standard. Typically, men don't want a woman who has had lots of partners. Women typically don't tend to find it as much of a deal breakers. Michael, women don't give a shit about how many partners have. Matter of fact, I'll take that back. Women actually like the idea of a man who's had many sexual partners because it means he's been validated by women. Women like other women. So if other women have been banged by him, they say, oh, good. The people that I care about has validated this loser. He's not a loser. That's how that goes, Mike. So that's what's going on. And the only reason there's different standards, men don't like one another. And so they want the woman to never been touched by another man. Now look at intro. Let me ask you this. Would you want a daughter to date or even marry a guy who has enormous body count? Intro's gaslighting these guys. If this guy, let's see, because I want to bring up this, he talks about a guy, if your daughter brought home a guy that's been with 50 plus women, would you be okay with them being in a relationship or even eventually getting married? Intro would be furiously jealous over a young man who had 50 plus women. He wants to be that guy. He's lying if he tries to tell you he doesn't. And the only reason he wouldn't want the young man around his daughter is men have this mate guarding fetish with their daughters. They don't want them to have sex with guys ever. They'd rather them turn lesbian. So that's all that's going on here. Why would I care about how much sex her boyfriend has had? Also, how does my sexual selection govern what my daughter is? How the fuck do I even know who she has fucked? You're an idiot, LOL. Well, Willow, since you don't know how many she has banged, that's true. That's the same with any woman. Like the average woman up here, this woman up here, she could be the average woman. They might have 20, 30, 40, maybe multiple partners. They just lie to tell men what they want to hear. Now, test this last one. Mr. Intro, this is not intro is not an idiot, Willow. He's insecure. A man with many sexual partners merely causes feelings of insecurity in him. He cannot be honest about his motivations. Thank you, Tess. Now, all these guys, like myself, have watched James Bond movies and vicariously live through James Bond. We want to be him. He brings the hottest girls. There's no blowback to that event, and then he goes on to the next one. That includes Willow, that includes Intro, that includes Michael Lane. And if you're getting multiple partners, you also don't care to even ask how many men the woman has been with. You just know you've got her. Now, here's the thing about the ultimate victory of this woman. She'll turn around when she feels like having a male provider suck her. She can tell him she slept with 1,000 guys, but she says she'll turn around and say, I've changed my ways. uh, I was wrong, and that's in my past, is behind me. All these guys, including Lane, including this guy here, would snatch her up in a heartbeat and brag her up and say, "Yeah, she used to be like that, but now she was with me, and now sex with a guy is all right because the guy is me, and my dick has a halo on it, so I can't hurt her. We're bonding. That's so special, you know." God. So anyway, to reiterate, this woman is posting an absolute victory, and these guys are going absolutely apeshit over it. She's putting it online to get under their skin, and it works. And these guys aren't worried about important things like gaining the rights as men. They just concerned that some woman is sharing her bed with multiple men because they hate those guys. This is You are posting your L's, pal. This woman is posting her victory. Thanks.